I created G-plans out of nutrition frustration. One day during nutrition studies at Duke University, we came across a revelation. We discovered that everyone has a completely unique metabolic structure and type. Eating a generic diet program will not get you the results you want, and you will continue on a path of yo-yo dieting forever. Ultimately, sustainable food programs are built within your own specific metabolic template.
I eat what Dr. G tells me to eat for my metabolic type. I don't call this program a diet because I eat more than on other programs.
Hello and welcome. I'm so glad you've joined me today. My name is Savannah and this is another nutrition masterclass. Today, what we'll be discussing is how to beat the winter blues. So I know for various reasons, this time of year can be a bit more challenging, and it can definitely be a time of year for a few reasons we'll discuss today that you might feel a little less energetic. You might feel a little just more down. And so we're going to discuss some good tips today on how to improve your mood, your energy, how to feel better through this time. So I'm so glad you've joined me today. I see a question we asked in the chat box here. What's your favorite holiday-inspired activity? I see Janine said watching old Christmas movies. I love that. I think I'd have to agree that's probably my favorite as well. And Meryl, I'm so sorry to hear you've had a rough year. But glad to see everybody joining in here today. I'm glad you're here. Please feel free, as always, throughout this presentation. If you do have any questions come up, anything at all, feel free to add those in the chat box, and I'd love to chat a bit more at the end of the presentation today. I will also have another great promotion today to discuss as well. So we will mention that, go over that at the end of our presentation. So definitely stay tuned there. And here in just a moment, we are going to go ahead and get started. All right. Okay. All right. So how to beat the winter blues. Oh, this is kind of what we'll be going over today. You'll see on the screen. Number one, be smart with your screen time. Number two, consider your vitamin D levels. Next, move your body. Then optimize your sleep routine. And then at the end of our presentation here today, I'm going to go over my tip of the week, and we'll have that special promotion that I mentioned earlier to talk about as well. All right, and then just as a reminder, you can always feel free to send me an email. My personal email is right there on the right side of the screen. So if you have any more personal questions, anything else, additional support, please feel free to send me an email anytime. All right, so as we get started here, before I go over our first little topic here, I did just want to ask you a question. Please go ahead and add in the chat box here. Tell me, what is the biggest challenge for you over these more winter months? Is there one thing in particular that kind of is the biggest challenge? Please let me know there in the chat box, and I'd love to discuss there at the end. Let me know, and I'd love to give you a little additional help there as well. But getting started here, the first thing we'll discuss is being smart with your screen time. So we know that, from electronics, we are exposed to blue light. Reducing your blue light exposure is very beneficial for multiple reasons. Any reduction in the amount of blue light exposure you can cut back is definitely going to help with your sleep, can help with your mood. So if you can cut back even just a little bit, reducing your screen time exposure is a great thing to focus on. Another thing that you can do in addition to cutting back the amount of time you're exposed to these electronics is also using blue light filters or blockers. So if you're on a desktop, there's a great little software you can download. Google, it's the letters F, period mark, and LUX. This is a software, very easy to download, and it will change the colors on your computer from more of a blue light to more of an amber light that likely won't disrupt your circadian rhythm as much. There's also plenty of apps if you're on your phone that you can download as well to do the same thing. And with that being said, reducing your light exposure around the time of sunset is even more important. So, of course, we are inside more today. We're not outside as much as we have been in years past. And reducing your artificial light exposure around that time the sun is going down is going to help, again, really keep you on track with your circadian rhythm and really mimic the light that is outside. So supporting your circadian rhythm, a couple additional things you can do here. Wake up at the same time each day. So as best you can, try to keep that sleep routine fairly consistent. That's really going to, again, help to regulate your sleep cycle, make it easier to go to sleep, get better rest. And again, get some sunlight. So if you can, get out a little bit during the day. Getting a little bit of sunlight in your eyes is going to help regulate that circadian rhythm and your sleep. And lastly there, another thing we'll discuss later as well is light therapy. So can be a great tool to use when it's darker outside. You might find it harder to get much sunlight. So light therapy is a great tool to use to help support your circadian rhythm as well. Next is consider your vitamin D levels. As the days are getting shorter and cooler, we often do not receive enough vitamin D from the sunlight alone. Focus on incorporating food sources that are rich in vitamin D. Examples are egg yolks, wild-caught salmon, or vitamin D fortified products. You may also consider adding a supplement during this time as well. A good range to shoot for is generally going to be around 3,000 to 4,000 IUs each day. However, how much you need can greatly depend on your current levels. So if you're able to get those checked, that's the best thing to do to really gauge how much vitamin D you should be supplementing with as well. And next up is move your body. So we all know exercise can definitely help to boost your mood. Regular exercise can boost serotonin, endorphins, and other feel-good chemicals in your body. So you might have heard kind of a runner's high. After that exercise, you'll find that you feel really good, you feel relaxed. So a great way to boost your mood. Exercise can also help improve your sleep. Exercise has been shown to help you fall asleep faster, improve the overall quality of your sleep, and helps to alleviate stress as well. So a great goal to shoot for is aiming for about 30 to 60 minutes of exercise each day. Now, remember, that's the ultimate goal. So start where you feel comfortable and slowly increase your time as you're able. Start with, say, about 10 minutes and work your way up from there. You can also try splitting up your exercise into 10 to 15 minute sessions throughout the day. And that's another great way as well to kind of help give yourself a little bit of an energy boost and a boost in your mood periodically throughout your day. So, optimizing your sleep schedule. We know sleep is so important to how you're feeling, to your progress, say with following your plan, and your mood overall. So, first off, creating a bedtime routine is essential. Set a specific time to start unwinding and preparing for bed every night. When you're getting in the routine of this, it can be a little tricky. So maybe try setting an alarm to remind yourself to kind of unwind at that specific time every night. And next is keep it cold. So I know we may be tempted as it's cold outside as well to really crank the heat up, but studies do show that sleeping in a cool room can improve your sleep quality, help you to fall asleep faster, and improves melatonin levels. The optimal temperature is actually around 60 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. So it might sound a little chilly. Again, if you're used to something a little bit higher than that, kind of work your way down as you get adjusted to a cooler temperature in the evenings. And lastly also maybe consider a supplement. So supplementing with melatonin, valerian root, magnesium, or chamomile. Those are just a few suggestions for supplements that can help you to fall asleep faster and promote deeper, better quality sleep as well. One thing I really like to do, so like valerian root and chamomile, very popular ingredients in teas as well. So a good, personally, I love as part of my bedtime routine, as part to kind of unwind in the evening, is to incorporate a tea that uses a few of those ingredients to kind of help you relax in the evenings as well. All right, and so with this season comes generally some stress with the holiday season also. So these are a few tips to help you reduce that stress during this season of time. First, of course, is to plan ahead. When it comes to your holiday budget, meals at special events, or even setting aside time for exercise, this season can definitely be a busy one. So planning ahead is so key, especially if you're focused on staying on track with your plan, making sure you can optimize your sleep routine. So important to set that plan in place to assure that you can accomplish these things. And next is stick to your healthy habits. You may have been working all year on building some great healthy habits. Now is not the time to abandon those. It's very common for many to maybe want to take a little bit of a break from their meal plan or their exercise routine through the winter months. Do not do it. Stay on track with your healthy habits that you've built and allow yourself some flexibility. So staying on track with that plan the majority of the time, and say when you have a special event or on occasion, give yourself that flexibility and allow yourself to enjoy some things maybe off your plan. What this is going to do, rather than completely abandoning those habits that you've built, it's going to really minimize any weight that you might gain, really help to maintain your weight, and it's a lot easier to stick with those habits that you've built rather than abandon them and have to focus on incorporating them once again after the season's over. And take time for self-care. It is so important to set aside time to slow down during the season as well. Schedule maybe 15 minutes to breathe deeply, listen to relaxing music, maybe take a walk. Better yet, even incorporate your self-care time into that evening bedtime routine that I mentioned as well. All right, so this is my tip of the week. So kind of related to the topic we're discussing today, getting sun first thing in the morning, ideally as soon as you can after waking up, is such a great tip for your overall health. Getting that sunlight first thing in the morning helps to support melatonin production. When you step into the sunlight first thing in the morning, specialized cells in your retinas tell your brain to stop producing melatonin. this triggers a sort of internal timer, which helps to then increase melatonin levels at night. So brain can kind of get a little confused when we don't have, of course, the same amount of sunlight during the winter, and especially if we're really indoors most of the time as well. So getting that sunlight first thing in the morning is a great way to regulate melatonin. And like we mentioned earlier, light therapy might be a great thing to look into. If it's challenging for you to get sunlight in the morning, you can also consider light therapy. This can help to regulate your circadian rhythm and help to boost your mood as well. So I as well have a light therapy lamp that I love to use every day. It's a fantastic tool you can use and generally very inexpensive as well. So all over Amazon, you can search a light therapy lamp, and there's plenty of options you can choose from. It's literally just a lamp that you'll turn on and helps to mimic the rays from the sun so that you can help regulate your circadian rhythm and that melatonin production, even if you can't get outside all the time as well. All right, and last thing here is our special promo for today. So great time as well this year. If you're feeling a little busy, you're feeling a little bit stressed, go ahead and take a little bit off your plate and maybe grab some pre-prepped meals. So even if you just use a few of these meals to kind of supplement maybe what you're cooking at home, this is a great way to make things a little bit easier. So this week, check in your email. We'll have this great promotion available for you. There in the email today, you'll be able to take advantage of 5 free Freshly meals when you do sign up for Freshly. So you'll sign up for Freshly there. Go ahead and try those out that first week. And again, great way to just take a little bit off your shoulders right now. So this is the end of my presentation for today. So please do at this time, if you have any other questions when it comes to this presentation today or anything else, please go ahead and add those in the chat box. All right. Okay. All right. So yes, I see. Great. I see a few more people chipping in on their favorite holiday tradition, and it's having an annual Christmas party. That's what Shirley said. Setting up all the Christmas lights and decor and decorating the Christmas tree from dawn. Oh yes, love this time of year. So many fun traditions. And I do see Meryl chipped in and said, I suffer from seasonal affective disorder. So a lot of these tips today, again, are going to be great things to incorporate that can really help. And definitely considering that light therapy lamp is a great tool to use as well. Dawn said her biggest challenge is being indoors more often. So definitely can be tricky this time of year. Again, like I just mentioned, that light therapy lamp can be an excellent tool. So if you find yourself indoors a lot more, can be a great way to still mimic that the sunlight and help with your overall circadian rhythm. Janine says, trying to figure out what to drink besides water. Some great things to do. Feel free to add maybe citrus to your water, a little bit of a natural flavoring. Herbal teas are a great way to kind of add a flavor to your water and have some health benefits as well, especially this time of year to have something a bit warm. Warm lemon tea is a great option as well. So few easy, great options to try there. Yeah. Oh yeah, Leanne says she's indoors a lot, take vitamin D3 and works swing shifts. Absolutely. I would definitely say maybe looking into that lamp. A few of these tips today could definitely help with your overall melatonin production and supporting your sleep schedule as best you can that way too. All right. Oh, Meryl says she does do light therapy. Fantastic. Yes, can be a great tool to benefit. And oh yeah, Janine, you're so welcome. Glad everyone joined in today. I hope this was a really helpful topic because I know this can be a tough time of year. So incorporating one or two few of these tips, try adding a couple of these things into your routine, see how your health benefits. And again, if you have any additional questions or you'd like to reach out to me personally, please feel free to send me an email. My email's also here in the chat box. So I'd love to hear from you and reach out to you personally that way as well. So definitely also check into our offer with the Freshly meals today. And I hope you'll join me next week. So next week, we're going to be discussing a bit more about fiber. So we're going to talk about the different forms of type fiber and how each of them individually benefits your health, and how to make sure you're getting enough fiber overall. So I hope to see you then next Wednesday, and I hope you have a great rest of your week. Thank you.